Hello, Serge here for the Backyard Driving Range. Okay, I got a rather long comment and question that came in, but it's really good because this is about more what would be, this daily will be more about sort of like a playing lesson, about things that go on in playing rather than actually the swing. This comes from Alan Silverman, and he says, Don, I've been thinking about writing to you for years to thank you for your obvious dedication to the game of golf, and your outstanding ability as a teacher. I have an advanced postgraduate degree and have been exposed to many teachers, instructors, and professors over the years. A characteristic I associate with the best teachers is the ability to explain a solution in multiple ways. Some students may have the light bulb go off after the first explanation and others not until the fourth or the fifth. For those who understand early on, the additional explanations serve to solidify the understandings. Your daily videos are priceless. We all tend to lapse into old habits and to forget, not always the senior moment. Your dailies refresh our memories. Some of the greatest golfers in the world visit their swing coaches on a regular basis, and some even have their coaches on the bag. These golfers have the best swings, according to some of the so-called experts, practice almost continuously, and are committed to the game of golf for their livelihood. We have the Surge. Okay, thank you. Since utilizing your swing, I no longer have to limp off the course every month or so with back spasms. I feel as though I could almost play forever at almost 75 years of age. I play to an index of 8, break 80 regularly, and shoot my age several times a month. My problem is my short game, which costs me up to 10 strokes a round. My short game is a work in progress and is improving. My thought is that my problem is a lack of concentration, which brings up my question. So here we got a person with a postgraduate degree, educated, very well educated, and he has trouble concentrating. Okay? He believes. He says, before I am ready to swing, I have decided what type of shot I want to hit, including the shape, trajectory, distance, landing area, etc. I have taken my practice swings up to the 2 finish and have the feel. I pick my target, take my stance, assure my alignment and my commitment, and committed to swing with no thoughts of the mechanics. My only thoughts are to swing the field and hit the ball to the target. Where should be my concentration? David Duval and Annika Sorenstam appear to be looking down the target line before they even hit the ball. They do swing through and stand up as good as anybody. Might even be almost a fraction too fast, but they are tremendously talented players. But they definitely are the epitome of swing up and stand up. On slow motion replay, some of the pros seem to be watching the club hit the ball. On some shots, I want to hit the ball closer to the heel in the rough and sometimes out towards the toe, fairway bunker shots. Do I concentrate on a spot on the ball, on a spot on the club face, or do I just concentrate on keeping my head, neck, and sternum behind the ball until contact? I know that my lack of concentration is my major problem, especially with short game. I am aware there are blind golfers and that there are trick shot artists who can hit apparently perfect shots with their eyes closed. I am one of many of your students whose playing partner is referred to as boring. In the last 200 rounds, I've hit almost 75% of the fairways, a feat for which I have only have you to thank. I look forward to the dailies in which you address the topic of concentration. Okay, and that's again from Alan Silverman, Hayward, California. Okay, Alan, I went to Webster's and looked up the definition of concentrate. And basically, Webster's dictionary says, concentrate, to focus one's thoughts, efforts, to fix one's attention on or upon. Okay? I think you're definitely concentrating. There's no doubt about that. I like what you said about your whole routine, about thinking about your shot. I mean, you have to know what your yardage is, what club you're going to hit. You take into condition the wind, the lie angle, all the elements, and you determine what club you're going to hit, how you want to hit the ball to hit. Like you just said over here, you think about the trajectory and everything else. But I think what's happening is with you is I think, and this is the words I wrote up above as soon as I read this thing the first time. You may be stuck between concentration and execution. All right. So I think that at some point in time, once you've determined all the things you're going to do for the shot you want to hit, what the club is, what your trajectory, what your flight pattern is, where you want to hit it to, in many cases, a smart golfer is always feeling that, if anything, I'm going to favor one side. If you got a shot out there in the fairway and there's water all the way down the right, you're going to favor more the left side of the fairway for your miss, because the miss into the right water hazard is a hazard and a penalty. So you got those things factored in. But one of the things that really bothers me is in that sentence where you say, on some shots, I want to hit the ball closer to the heel in the rough, and sometimes out towards the toe in a fairway bunker. I got to scratch my head on that one. I mean, I'm always trying to hit the ball in the center of the club. The only shot I've ever heard of that people try to hit it in the heel or the toe is basically putting, if they want to hit more of a deadened shot on a super fast downhill putt. But even then, I still think you're better off hitting the sweet spot, because if you hit it out towards the toe, it's got a tendency to open the toe up a little bit, which could start the ball offline and have a chance of missing it. So I want the club to stay dead solid and stable at impact. So I just don't know of anybody who's tried to hit any long golf shot with any club on the toe or the heel. I'm always trying to hit it in the center of the golf club, because again, the club, you hit it towards the toe or the heel, you're going to have twist in the club head because you're hitting the ball off the sweet spot, and the twist is going to start the ball offline and add some type of spin to the ball, or just start in pushing it or blocking it or pulling it, whatever. So I think in some cases, you're at some point you're probably still concentrating about what you want to do, more than just swinging the field, as you say that you try to do. Because I mean, you did say in here that you make the practice swing, you feel the swing, then you set up and swing the field. But yet you're concentrating on wanting to hit it on the toe or the heel, or in my case, I would say concentrate on hitting the center point. There's no more concentrating. It's you set up to the ball and you swing the field. And so I think that's where you're getting in trouble. And sometimes we can start overthinking on shots too. So you got to start maybe making an examining in some cases. Are you taking in, when you get a lot of factors to do that takes a pretty good time to do it. But you're doing all that and deciding all of that before you start walking into the ball, walking in to get in your setup routine and do all the things that give you the proper alignment, the proper setup, and everything else. And then finally, and before you walked in, you're going to really make that practice swing to set the field. And then you get in there, make sure that you're over the ball, and then you go. So I just think that in your case, I think you're hanging on to too much thinking when it's time to be swinging and only thinking about the feel. That's where I would look here. And it's obvious you do a lot of good analysis of your rounds. You can tell me right off the bat, in the last 200 rounds, you've hit almost 75% of the fairway, so you're doing good stats. All right? So you're doing a lot of things correctly. I just think that from what I'm reading, even though you say you're trying to step up to the ball after you've taken your practice swing and locked the field in and trying to swing the field, but I don't think you're not. I don't think you still got too many things rattling around and flying around in your brain, which I think is interrupting the concept of just swinging the field. At some point, man, when you finally walk up there and you step up to the ball and you put that club down behind the ball, it's all into just swinging the field. You can't be thinking about anything else, because all of that is just interference, and interference is going to just gobbledygook everything up on you. So I like a lot of what you're doing, but as I said, I think you're getting stuck between concentration and execution. Once you step up to the ball, it's all about execution, swinging the field that you just produced in the practice swing. Perfect practice makes perfect. So when you feel the swing, when you feel that practice swing is what you want, when you step up, that's it, swing the field. There's no more thinking about anything else other than repeating that field to get to the tee finish, recoil, and relax. Boom. So when you step up to the ball, it's all about execution, swinging the field. Start doing that, and I think you're going to see there's going to be a great improvement in your ball striking and eventually in your scoring. And that, again, that's everything from putting to chipping, pitching, bunker play, all the way up to the driver. Swing the field. You start hitting it much more solid straight and controlling your ball better and shooting those lower scores. That's it for the search for today, and I'll be talking with you all again soon.